So today we are at the TRS Cooling and Heating project. We're gonna be wiring up this walk-in freezer. So let me show you some little info. So here is our wires. Looks like the previous owner just disconnected he left all the wiring and the loads and controls connected, and just disconnected from the splice points or junction box that they had up top. So looks like the idea is going to be to, as customer requested, just pretty much do a similar layout. As you can see, he has his line sets running in through the top, so he wanted something similar. Probably put like a junction box somewhere up here, a junction point, and then run our conduit probably below the line sets and make our way to that back wall over there. And so the idea is to, from the panel, bring our line into a junction box right here, and then we're gonna poke through the backside, and there's a unit out there which I'll show you right now. But then there's gonna be our conduit is gonna stub up and then make the turn and get to the destination where the wires were. And then on the other side, this is the unit. So it's a 3-phase, so we're gonna need to land it into the disconnect with a jackknife. So here is, we're not gonna be using this disconnect, this was the old one, but it will look like a similar version of this, where our line set is coming in to the top, our load is going to go through the bottom and then come and land over here. We have our lines going in here, and then, or load pretty much coming into here, and then it's going to come out to here, go to this contactor, and then from that contactor, that's where it'll come out and go back into the freezer unit. So, and then as well as we will need to bring power for this 120 amp receptacle for a service. But yeah, so that's the walkout of the project. We'll get some footage as we progress through the project to kind of get some progress, and obviously the after. So welcome back. We are back out here at the TRS cooling job. Just kind of wanted to do a little progress walkthrough. So I believe last time I walked in here, I did not mention the lights, but a addition that they wanted us to do is wire up these lights here. So I currently have the wire already ran up to the junction point. So it's going to be Sealtite coming into here, and they already had this existing box with all these splices already, so we just had to bring the proper wiring to this junction box. And then that is going up here, and as you can see, it goes up, and then it's going to go up into a junction box right there, and then we're going to bring power from the panel with MC chase the conduit, follow it, and then land into the box, and that'll bring us power into for the lights inside of there. And right now Israel is currently working on running the EMT for the power into the actual unit itself inside of there. So there is that. And let me show you how the other side is looking. Here we have, I'm currently doing this, and so I took a little break, kind of want to get a little video. So I'm currently pulling in my wire already. I'm gonna start getting my lengths of the number 8, and then I'm gonna attach to this, pull it. Here is the conduit run that goes up there. Like I mentioned, my MC, plan on running it on top, hugging that, and then crossing into that and over into the junction box right there. On this side, little progress video. We already have our conduits running out. They're strapped. This is currently where I have my fish tape into the top conduit right here. And so the idea is we're gonna pull in those 3 conductors. They're gonna come wrap around here and get landed onto the top, and then the bottom ones are gonna come down. We plan on putting a 90 coming down and into the unit itself, and then getting landed inside of there. And then we're gonna need to make a separate, probably coming from down here, for all the wires that are gonna go back, and that's what this second conduit is for. Is so that the wires going back into the freezer, they're able to get into this conduit right here, and then from this conduit, they're gonna get chased into the conduit that goes up. So there's that. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick walkthrough for the progress, see how it is. And I think next time we walk through it, it either might be another further progress, or it might be the final result. But here is a midway walkthrough. So here is the second progress video. We are currently wrapping up for the day today, but we are feeding the wires that are going to be going into the junction box that was put up there, and going into these wires right here. We were able to get the junction box for the lights all finished up, so it's closed in there, and that's actually the MC. I ran it to hug the conduit that we ran, so it's running in there, landed in there. You can see the makeup a little bit, and it's coming down. Coming down and into the junction box that's up there. So that's for the lights. And so for this area, all we really need is just to finish landing the wires that are going into the unit in there. And once we get those landed in there, then we will come out here. As you can see, out here we were able to finish the conduit run, strapped down. We did have to make some adjustments to this fitting, or coupling, I should say. We needed to update that to be a weatherproof coupling. In the last video, it was a regular coupling. But these connectors are weather rated, and they have been weather rated, so that was good. That was our conduit run. This one right here is our run to our service outlet, and so the service outlet is right there. That was the existing location, and that was where the contractor said that he wanted it, so that's where we landed it. And So pretty much the wires that were on the other side, they're inside of here, and right now they're just sitting in here. So what we got left to do is just bring a piece of conduit coming out through here. That's going to come down and then make its way into this unit and then make it up there. And then once that's done, then we can power on the unit to start checking for power, checking our voltages, and just ensuring that the system is running correctly. Okay, so here is the final walkthrough at the TRS freezer job. So we're going to start a little backwards. We're starting with the outside. So this is how it's looking like with the final installation. As I mentioned previously, 2 conduits going into the junction box. This is bringing our power to this guy. That's going to our service outlet on the other side. And then here is how the inside of the disconnect is looking like. The reason why we had to swap out the old one is because of this cover. It's not required to have this cover in front of the line and road. So there's that. And on the other side, like mentioned, is the service outlet. I already put a tester in there and we checked it, so that's good. On this other side, we have the conduit, final installation, panel is back, junction box over there, conduit going. We have the junction box there for the lights, other one for the power here. Here's the inside, nice and done. Can't test any lights, there's no bulb, but this indicator here lets us know that they are working. So, but that's the final installation. Okay, so here is the final walkthrough. We're just closing up that box up there. We have the power running in here now. As you can hear, the system's running. Again, no bulbs inside, but lights are working. Once they get their bulbs, they should be able to turn those on. We're going to close up the doors. We have Israel doing some final checks, make sure all the wires are good. As you can see, the fans are running here, and it's starting to get cool already. We've only had it running maybe for like 2-3 minutes. That's our final conduit run. You can see up there. And then over here, you can hear this unit going as well and see the air blowing. But here is the final install of this. So that's a wrap here at the TRS walk-in freezer job. We're just gonna close up some of the covers inside of here and yeah, call it good. We have to turn this off because there's only limited amount of refrigerant that the HVAC guy put, so he requested for us just to test it, and then we'll be turning it off now. And then they do need some more work here in the panel, but we landed our breaker. We had to land 3 breakers total. One for the unit on the outside, one for the lights, and then the other one for the service outlet that's out here. So right over here on this side. Show you how the tops look like now that you can go up there. So as you can see, that's where they brighten their light set, and then we have one box here And then we have another box over there. That's the junction box for the lights. This one here is for the condenser compressor.